Hey everyone, today I'm creating 24 square cards using the Call Me Crafty SheetLoad of Card template. I am part of the creative team and we have a special guest this month, which is Ellen from EGI Designs. And you will find the link below to the playlist with all of the creative team's videos, as well as a link to where you can get the printable. I am currently using some panels to create 4¼ by 4¼ square card bases. These are the ones that I use to create A2, and I'm currently just folding them all down with a little bit of a leftover tab off the edge, which I will trim down later. And that just means I'm going to have some nice heavy cardstock that I can use for die cutting or sentiments. I am using a paper pad today called Hey Gnomie from Paper Rose. This one is actually retired and it has been in my stash for a little while. The colours are absolutely gorgeous and you can see it's mainly blues and reds. So some of my cards today are blues, some are reds, and some are a combination of the two. I love these A5 paper packs from Paper Rose because you get 24 sheets and they're single-sided. So I never feel like I'm wasting the pattern paper on the other side or need to make a choice. But I'm not sure. It does seem as though they are retiring this sizing. All of their new paper packs seem to be coming out in 6x6 and 12x12. So it'd be worth checking their website if there's anything that you want in this size, because they're either on sale or sold out. Now I'm running through and cutting down the pattern paper here to 1¾ by 1¾ square. This is so that I can then piece them onto the brightly coloured cardstock that you see on the top left of my desk. These are papers that I cut down from a bright coloured, I think it was like a summertime cardstock pack. And so the colours were really bright and cheerful. And I cut those down into 5¼ by 4" panels so that I can add them to my stash. I would normally use black or grey or craft for most of my backing panels when I do a project, so I've been trying to branch out a little bit, and you'll see that some of the blues and the reds there I think are going to work really well for today's project. Cutting these down is really easy, and I have not delved into my pattern paper strip stash because those are all either 6 or 12 inches by 1½, and as I said, this needs 1¾ so I've grabbed this extra paper pack and it's working perfectly. I do have lots of leftovers, as you can see here, so I've just put them all in together and then I'll be able to use those for a different project down the track. I am gluing these on with my liquid glue. This is a scrapbook.com liquid glue that I got. I think it was a freebie that came with my order. And so I am trying to use up all of my existing products. That includes this particular glue. You'll see here that the different backing panels match up perfectly with the pattern papers. And I'm deliberately creating some that have the reds and some that are blue only. Other than that, I don't really have a plan here. I'm not sure what sentiments I'm going to add. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the circle in the middle of the card or if I'm going to use embellishments to decorate them. I am literally going one step at a time, and I will figure out the next step once the first one is completed. I find that I do that if I am unsure what products I'm going to use or if I'm going to delve into leftover embellishments and my stash, and it all works out fine in the end. Now you can see that I've gone from the bright colours to some navy and some craft and some greys. These were on my desk and are my stash of backing panels. I always have some of these ready to go because almost every card I do the card decoration onto a backing panel and then have that 1/4 inch white border around the edge of a white card. So I never have to cut these down or find cardstock mid-project. I always have a bit of a stash and I can always figure out a way to make the colour combinations work together. Now, after I've put all of these together, I then go through and trim everything down. Because I'm used to using A2 cards, and that's the 5½ by 4¼ and today's is a different shape, I'm using my standard products and then just adapting them. So just running through with the trimmer, super quick process. And as a bulk card maker, I am used to doing repetitive tasks one after the other, and I actually find it kind of relaxing. And I also like to get a lot of output when I have my products out. So rather than using them to spend a lot of time on one individual card, I like to make a bunch of them so that they can be enjoyed. Now, running through here, this was a pretty quick process. I was watching a movie at the time, I think, which is why I seem a little bit distracted, but it's just a matter of trimming it down using the plastic guard to create a consistent border around the edge. I think it's a little smaller than 1/4 inch, but it's consistent around the edge of the card, so that worked out fine. You can see here that I've put everything into piles, so the blue on the left, the red on the right, and the mixed ones in the middle. This just helps when I'm finding things in my stash that I'm going to add to the cards, me decide which pile I'm going to pull from. I did have the intention of maybe creating some all blue cards. I don't have any of those in my stash at the moment, and in the end I added all kinds of embellishments to the blue cards and managed to keep them sort of blues and greys and whites, which was really nice in the end. If you're enjoying the video, it would be amazing if you could hit the like button and consider subscribing. I'm getting super close to 5,000 subscribers, so that'll be a fun milestone when we make it. Because the original card sketch had the circle on it, I really did try to incorporate that into each of the cards. I believe I did that on all cards except maybe 1 or 2, and you'll see what I mean when I get to the final show of each of the cards, because there is one where I just simply added a sentiment in the bottom corner, and I really like it. It's a nice and simple card, and it lets the pattern paper shine, which is great. So running through and adding all of these to the squares was pretty quick. It's just a matter of lining them all up to make sure that I had an even border. I did not measure everything absolutely perfectly when it came to these squares, but I knew that they would at least be the same size all around, which meant you can see here where they've been added to the card base that the border around is nice and even also. These circles from some beautiful pattern paper have been in my stash for ages, and I'm excited that I can use those up. They really do match into the colour palette of these pattern papers from Paper Rose really nicely. The paper is actually from Kaiser Craft, I believe, a really, really old design, so it is nice to be able to use it up. Now, I have used some of these PET stickers for some of my cards today, and because they are printed onto clear, they do have a clear border around the edge, which is quite shiny. So when I use them, I like to just trim that out with my little Cutterbee scissors, and then it means that it's not so glossy when you attach it to the card, and it doesn't look quite so much like it's a sticker. So that's a tip. If you like the designs of the PET stickers, but you don't like the glossiness, then I just trim around the edge and they look quite matte, and that card I absolutely love. I do go through and do a few of these with the different sticker designs and then adding either a happy birthday sentiment or a hello there. Most of the cards that I create are birthdays because I either keep them in my stash for family and friends or I donate them. The other thing I donate is cards that are really sort of a generic sentiment or something encouraging, because one of the charities I donate to, they write nice messages into cards for people who are having a hard time. So anything that is a little bit simple or generic, or even something as simple as a hello card, works absolutely perfectly for donating to them. So you'll see that these little hello there sentiments work really nicely on these cards. So I'm sure some of these will be put aside for them. Now, as I'm working through this, I am trying to figure out what am I going to use next on these cards. The origami paper has worked beautifully, but I then found in my stash some ephemera in blues. So you'll see here there's lots of butterflies and there's some birthday sentiments. I apologize that I don't have footage of me putting all of these together. I ran out of battery on my phone. Here's me panning through to show you that they all look quite different. Some have got the circle off to the left, some have got it in the middle, some are dark colors, some are light colors, but they worked out really well in the end. I have put another video here that I think you might enjoy. Have a great day.